Hi, and welcome to episode 33 of the Yarnniffler podcast. My name is Sam. I'm a university student from Belgium. I love to knit and crochet while I'm not studying, and sometimes when I'm studying. If you're new here, hi. I love to talk all about yarn knitings. I'll link everything I talk about down below. And if you're returning, welcome back. It has been 3 weeks. We are Thursday, the 30th of November. So tomorrow is the 1st of December. It's just around 11 o'clock, so I came back from my morning exercise session and I'm ready to record. It's been 3 weeks since the last time because I got sick. Maybe you can hear it. After I got the flu, I also now have a cold. So yes, there has been less knitting, but still a lot, but less on some days because I'm just like lounging around and reading or trying to sleep a little bit more. So even if there are some abrupt cuts in this episode, I'm sorry, but it's because I'm coughing or I'm sneezing or something like that is happening and you don't know. You don't need to see that. Good. You can find me on Instagram as Sam Wyffels, where I share some stuff of my daily life and my knitting and crochet. And you can also find me on Ravelry, where I try to have as an informative Ravelry page as possible. All my projects have a Ravelry page, but some of them don't have the yarn or don't have the needle, or don't have a picture, so I'm trying to rectify that during the coming weeks because exam season is upon us, and then I need some small breaks and some putting stuff on Ravelry can be one of those. Okay, good. Let's get into it. First up, I'm wearing two garments today because it's very cold. It's around freezing, so it's like around 0 to 2 degrees the last couple of days, so it's been very cold. And when I'm not here, I leave the heating on but not blasting, so if I get back from class it's still a bit cold. And even wearing this to class because not in every aula or classroom it is warm or just like bearable, so I am wrapping up in all of my knitting and crochet stuff. So what I have under this, maybe I'll just put this up a little bit that you can see. This is a cardigan. Let's try to see. So this is a cropped cardigan, and now I'm sitting on the other one. This is the bookkeeper cardigan that I tested for Taylor E. Owen. I made, let me see, size 5. I held whole super soft double, and the colors I used, the green you can say is Cossack, the black is graphite or like dark gray you could say, and the blue navy one is indigo. Yes, this is a very close-fitting cardigan, which was buried under a couple of other cardigans and sweaters on my desk chair. And then last week I was looking for something else, and this one was like on the bottom of the pile. I was like, oh, that's a very handy layering because it's very warm because it's a DK non-superwash yarn, which blooms beautifully if blocked. So it has a very warming factor. I don't know how to say this. And because it's so close fitting, you can put it under other sweaters or cardigans. So that is what I'm doing now. And with taking it off and sitting down, let me put this one on again. As you can see, it's not in the armhole. Yes, so this is a long one. So let me try to stand up. So yes, as you can see, it's a very long one, which is like very nice. Like you can see, I'm wearing a skirt with tights, but I have an extra layer on top of it while I'm sitting down. This is the Granny Type cardigan by Hannah Segment of the Cozy Cottage Crochet. This was also, I tested it 3 years ago now, I think. So this is the fingering weight version. I also have a DK weight version in the same green that's in this cardigan, so that would work as well, but that one is at home and I was wearing this one, so this one is here now. This is a very boxy one, which is like just wearing this because I was wearing a blouse with long sleeves, and I had this over it, which is nice, but the problem is that you don't have an extra layer on your arm. So this is more like in like spring and autumn times it's perfect, but now it is as well because it's an extra layer without being too hot because it's too warm. And like you can wrap completely up in it, or you can just like leave it open and then you have a little bit more breathing air. The yarn I used for this one was 100% cotton one, also in 2 colors. So let's see, this one was also size 5. Don't know if I said that yet. I used Cotton King's 8/4, so there it's like the sport weight, I think, fingering sport weight yarn. In the colors, 7 is the navy and then 9 is the black. So I think I got the black first because I was gonna work in black, but I didn't got enough, and then they didn't have enough black, so I then got the extra blue or the extra navy to work it completely. As I said, I made size 5, but I did a couple of adjustments because my gauge was different, and I asked Hannah if this was okay, which was perfectly okay. And I'm just putting off some mohair fluff, which I'll talk to you about later. On my Ravelry page, you can see I started with another number of the foundation, so you can see it there, and you can also, I measured it completely to what the dimensions were, and I think my gauge is in there as well, so you can like if you want to see what difference it made for me or what I did, you can see it all over there. Yes, good. Let's get into what I've been working on. So first up, my finished object is the sweater I'm knitting for the friends of my parents. So it's a filbert sweater. Let me get you. So if you're new here and you haven't heard about this, last time I showed you one of the friends of my parents lost her mother, unfortunately, not that long ago, and she was gonna make this sweater. She'd made it before and she was gonna make it again, so she got the yarn for it and she started swatching, but the numbers didn't work out and stuff, and then yeah, she was at the end of her life, so she didn't get to knit this. So when she asked if somebody wanted to do this, I was like, yeah, sure, why not? So it's from this studio Filbert magazine from the winter of 2001 2002, so it is older than myself, which I find very cool. This is the sweater. So if you go on Ravelry, if you're looking at my Ravelry page I linked, you can find the exact number of the sweater. It's number 357 T1 182. Don't know if you can do anything with that, but that's the sweater. Then I had to do some calculations because it is for, I would say, a fingering, no, wait, a DK weight yarn, something like that, with like how many with the gauge they give you, because like it's 24 stitches but on 15 centimeters and not on 10 centimeters, so that's like, say, a sport weight DK weight gauge on like a 4mm needle. But this yarn was let's see, so the yarn I got, they recommend the 5 to 6mm one, so it's more of an Aran, I would say, if this is classified as. So I had to do some calculations. As well, this pattern is totally not size inclusive, but I think that's kind of people are kind of used to it at that point, around that time, the early 2000s, because it only has 5 sizes. So I made the biggest size 5, but I used most of the numbers from size 3. So I did the calculations what my gauge was on 6mm needles, and then had a look like what's the closest size and range of in the sizes, and that was size 3. If you remember, I was going to challenge myself. I had like a week to finish the sweater. I was what did I have already? I think I was halfway through the front, and I already did the back. So I finished the front on Friday evening, then started on the sleeve, and then I got sick and all my knitting mojo went away. And then when I finished the sleeve, the problem was that I had done the sleeve cap, but the sleeve cap was too big, was too long, so like I had to like make it fit into the sweater, which was a whole part of other calculations, which I was not up for while being sick with the flu. But then after being sick that weekend, I finished up the first sleeve. I sewed the front, the back, the shoulders, and one sleeve in, and I saw her. She and her family came over to visit some other friends, so I went there, quickly said hi while they were having a chat, and got her to try it on, and it fit perfectly, so I was very happy. Then I had to finish the second sleeve and the collar. It's a very big collar, so I'll put in a picture now of the finished object. So as you can see, it's this tealish kind of color, I think. So the yarn I used was Colette by Veritas in the color Petrol. So try to show you. So they color Petrol. I think it's more of a teal color, and as you can see, it has a very long collar. So after I finished the sleeves, I tried to figure out what the pattern wanted me to do. So in the pattern, everything is knit flat and seamed. So I did that for the front and the back, but for the sleeves, I knit them in the round until I got to the sleeve cap. So I made that alteration. And then for the collar, I have no idea how they did it in the pattern. So I just picked up stitches around the neck and just knit out, like they said, so many centimeters, increasing and increasing in needle size and increasing in stitches. So I got that, so that's why you see that it goes a little bit outward. I think if I would be wearing the sweater now, I could be holding my hands somewhere around here. That would be where the collar was. So it's a very long one, but if you roll it up, it's very warm and cozy. So I put in a picture now of me wearing the finished object. Here the collar is not bind off yet, but I put it on a stitch holder and folded it in to see how it would look, and then I sent the picture over to the recipient, to her, to ask her if this is what she wants, if she wants it bigger or smaller, because I sent her one 2 days earlier, and then she was like, oh, I want it a little bit longer, that it's a bit fuller, so that's what I did. So I have it not with me here because I finished it on Sunday, washed it, and it was blocking at home, so it's at home, but yeah. Normally you should have seen pictures. Okay, so that was a whole thing. It has been a long time since I did something piece like that. So I had like, it's not a hard time, but I had to really sit down, sew up the side seam, sew up the shoulders, and sew in the sleeves. So it was an experience, but I'm happy that I did it again, and it looks very good. So, and she's happy with it. So we'll now have to see when we can meet, so she can get her sweater. And I'm very happy that I could have done this for her, and it's something that I can say now, that if you give me a pattern and some yarn, I can definitely make something that's like as close as possible without having the exact yarn and the exact gauge from the pattern. So yes. Then while being sick and not having the energy, the only thing I wanted to knit on was a scrappy blanket. So I have it with me. So this is the Northeasterly blanket by Skin Elegant. So you work in these columns, which in these columns with this kind of chevron or this point, and once you're done, you start again at the bottom, and you go up. So as you can see, I have 3 columns now. The last time you have seen this, I was here. So on the second column, I've only done the first and the second one up to here. And so when I was sick, I put in a stitch marker and I was around here. So this has been done. I have not really worked on this in the last year. So it was around in January I think I was working on it. So this is what I've done, like from January to beginning of November. Sometimes just having this small easy project with me. Well, it was pretty small then, it's getting bigger and bigger now, but having it with me was handy. So when I was sick, I think, yes, I've done this whole column, and I finished it, and I started the second column, and somewhere around here is when I started last week. So this is from this week. So where you see this little ducky, this is from Monday. And on some days in the morning, I just have 30 minutes and I don't want to work on something else, and I just work on this. So, and I see that I lost a stitch here, so I'll have to fix that. Let me put in a stitch marker here, and then I can drop down to fix it. Yes, always handy to see it now and not later on. So I have a magic cake. So I have all these leftover yarns that I knot together with a magic knot, and then I make a big cake. And yes, I'm a little bit geeky, you could say, and I weighed every yarn that's in here, and I worked out how many meters are on each cake. So at the end, I'm not gonna list all the scrap yarns I have, but I can tell you how many grams and how many meters it's gonna be, which I find very cool. So yes, I can just keep on knitting. When there's a color change, I just have a little knot that I work away in the fabric. So yes, this is this. Let's roll this up again. So I am still searching for like the perfect way of how to store this when I'm not knitting. So what I do most times is I roll this part up, which I'm not knitting on, so it's just like in my lap like this, and then I have the other part loose like this. And once I get very far away, this is just I just leave this as a long strip, and I roll this one up when I get to the end of a column. This is how I've done it for these two columns, so I'll see if I change it, because yeah, I'm still searching for it, but it's getting bigger, and it's also fun to work on, because now it's still small, but it's getting to a fairly blanket size where you could say like, oh yeah, I'm getting maybe a little bit snuggles under it while I'm working on it. So that just lives here next to my chair, and I work on it when I feel like it. Mostly it's like in the mornings when I don't want to think about anything. I have a couple of them, like say half an hour before I need to go to class, or sometimes at night when I'm tired but I want to work on something that's a little bit more engaging than just stockinette in the round, because I love stockinette in the round for combining things, but sometimes I just need like, when do I need to increase, decrease on this one without it being like a hard one. Okay, then next up, you haven't seen this in the last episode as well, because I was not working on it, because I was working on the other sweater. This is my Aosta cardigan by the Knit Pearl Girl. Let's see, so last time I was here somewhere, so I finished up this ball that was on the body. So the body is like somewhere here, and then now I am working on the sleeve. I am doing decreases, so in the pattern you can choose to do decrease or to have some more balloon sleeves and decrease like fast at the end. I'm not doing that because I want a more tapered sleeve. So I am decreasing like every 4 rows at the moment, and I'm just trying it on and see where I get. I have only 8 balls of this yarn, so this is the Alafos Lopi in the color 1233. So it's this navy color. Navy? No, this is not navy, more like electric blue maybe. It's this blue color, which I would love to wear, like say over this, because it's a little bit darker, and I've seen like now how handy cardigans can be, so I'm like, I want to make more cardigans, so I'm working on this one. But I only have 8 balls of this, and I can't get more from the store I got these ones from, so I'm not sure if the next ones I get are the same dye lots, so I'm trying to see how far I can get, and I can always get at the end an extra ball and then just do like the ribbing in contrasting color or something. But I hope to only use like around one ball for the sleeves. I'm not sure because yes, they are 100-gram balls, but still it's a thick yarn, so we'll see. But yeah, I'm decreasing, so we'll see where we get. Oh, it's gonna be a more cropped cardigan, so that's why I'm doing the sleeves now first to see where I get before doing the rest of the body and then the buttonette. So that was that one. Then I have a sock project to show you. I am working on, you've seen these last time. These are the Salvo socks by Skein de Knits. Let's see. Okay, so here they are. You can see the beginning of the pattern here. So if you look at this stitch marker, this is where I also had like maybe 6 or 7 rows of the colorwork pattern. Now I am over halfway through it. So yes, I am very much enjoying this. The yarn I am using is, this other scrap yarn here is Filcolana Areta, their sock yarn. This color is called Burgundy and this is number 140, and this color is called Blush and this is 334. So that is what I'm using. I am also working on 2mm needles, which is, I think, the smallest needle I've ever worked on. Because this sock has 72 stitches, and I normally work my socks on 2.5mm needles on 56 stitches. So I thought I'll go down 2 needle sizes to see. For the toe, I did use 2.5mm because I thought that would be good, but then I saw, as you can see, it's a little bit bigger, because this will be fine. For the other sock I'll do it with a smaller needle, but yeah, it will be fine. But it's like, yes, it's a very there is some stretch in it. So let's show you my floats, which look good. So they have some stretch, not a lot, but they're still colorwork socks, but I'm sure I'll get them on, and you'll see I have maybe 20 more rows to do, and then I'll start increasing for the gussets, which will be interesting in colorwork. So yes, we'll see where we get. This one gets worked on like to scratch the colorwork itch without having a lot of energy at the moment to work on it all the time. And then the project I've most worked on last week. Also, if you know or if you don't, I am studying, but I changed bachelors, so I have a couple of classes which are similar to ones I've already had, but I did not pass. So it's a lot of repeating theory for me, and it's sometimes they just professors just read their slides and you don't have a lot to take notes because everything is clear on the slides, and then I find it a little bit boring, but still want to go to class. So most of the time I have a sock project, or I worked on a hat, or like I worked on a sleeve for the sweater I just finished. But all the project I've shown you now, like the blanket is too big to take, and all the rest is too intricate, no idea what I'm trying to say, too hard to focus like on the project and on the lecture. So I needed an easy project. So I have shown you this yarn in skeins before, a couple of weeks ago, but now they are custom. So let me just show you the skeins first. So it's this gray yarn which has all kinds of more like greens and yellows and pink and purple color pops. So it's from Stranded Dye Works in the merino nylon fingering in the flower crown colorway. Let me see, and you see the tag from the dyer and the tag, the sticker from the store where I bought it at. Because I bought it at Stephen and Penelope, which is the store in Amsterdam, because then it's a little bit higher in price, but it's still lower in price than buying it from the dyer himself, excuse me, in the UK, and then having to pay import taxes. So what am I working on? I am working, I think I told you this is what I was gonna make with it. I am making a t-shirt. So this is gonna be, this is the fingering weight Tulsa tee by Rebecca Close. So it's gonna be, as you can see, it has a pretty wide neckline. In the beginning I was like, oh my god, but I think I don't like when sweaters really come up to here. I sometimes get annoyed at it, so I think a wider neckline will be better for me. It's a raglan, and I'm still working on the raglan increases at the moment, so it's maybe a little bit too short of a cable for it, but yeah, I'm almost at a sleeve split, so that will be fine. So yes, so here you can see like it's this light gray yarn with these different speckles in it, so very fun. I am making size 5, I think. I'm using this yarn. I'm loving it. I made something else in this yarn as well, so I know I like this yarn in a garment. So yes, I don't know. I have nothing else to say. This was I was knitting on as well when I was not in the best mood last week. Like I recovered from being sick, but had a lot of catching up to do, and then I just knit on this like say for 1 or 2 rounds and to just relax, and then did some more schoolwork. So yes, back, coughing fit, sneezing over. I also like this pattern a lot for knitting and reading. So when I had a little bit more energy, and I was really like, I read a couple of books while being sick, because that was, I just had enough energy to like hold open a book or hold up my e-reader and just press the button to go to the next page. But then when I was getting better and my mojo was coming back, I was knitting on this and like reading a couple of chapters also, so perfect for that as well. Then I have 2 more things I want to talk to you about. It's tomorrow is the 1st of December, so it's Advent season. I'm looking forward to looking to Vlogmases. I like Christmas because of like the lights and the candles and stuff, but like I'm not big on all the decorations, but I like watching what people do in their day-to-day, if it's Christmas themed or not. So I like vlogs, and Vlogmas is a nice part of me for watching as well, because I am, like I said, going closer to exam season, so we have more deadlines, and I have less class but more things to do, so it's like the perfect small amounts of watching to take like a little break or something and knit 1 row or something, so that's perfect. And also I like it because of advent calendars. I am not religious or anything, but the advent calendar is just fun in these dark days to be opening a little something every day. So I got 2 this year from the same dyer. So I got again an advent calendar from a homespun house, which I'll start opening tomorrow. So I have 24 minis and 1 big skein to open on Christmas, and I'll definitely show with you the whole advent after December is done. And I also got from a homespun house 4 sock sets, which you open on every Sunday of Advent. So I think this Sunday I'm opening the first. I'm not completely sure. I think I'm opening the first now, and then every Sunday I can open one. But yeah, I love her sock sets, and I was like, yeah, why not have this as well? And maybe I can start one of these socks once something else is finished. But last year I also got an advent from a homespun house, and I have 2 patterns I really want to make. I want to make the Radvent, which I'll put in the picture here. So it's the Radvent by, it's a cardigan by is it Radvent or Radvent cardigan? I don't know. It's a cardigan by Amber O'Brien. I'll definitely link it, and here you see a picture. And I think this one will look best. Like, it's very fun. It with not a fade, but I would love it in a fade. So I also got or I'm also gonna get a dark contrasting yarn, dark gray or like blackish one to go with it, because I have a lot of like light gray or stuff. But the advent calendar from last year is definitely not ordered as a fade. I think I could make it into a fade, but like it has, I'm not completely sure that that's the way I want to go with it. And also when I opened my advent calendar for this year, just to make sure everything was there, and now it's just sitting in a box up there for waiting for me to open the first one tomorrow. It had a card in it with the information on it, and it told us that it is a fate. So I'm thinking maybe I'll wait and I can guess on this fate in January. So the other advent pattern then I was thinking of is the Daft Days cardigan by Rebecca Glow of the Bea. So she's the same designer as for the Dolstati. So this is a cardigan. I'll show a picture here with different colored stripes with more of one main color. And I think I maybe would go as well for like a light main color in this one. This is DK though, so you would hold your yarn double. But I think this would be more fun in the cardigan in the advent I got from last year. So yes, I'm not completely sure which one I'm gonna start. So my idea was just wait until I've opened my second homespun advent. So this one from this year, and then see in January which one will be for which pattern and which I want to make first. I'll think maybe I'll want to make the red one first because it's more like easy knitting, you can say, and not like, or maybe because it's exam season, I would go for the Daft Days cardigan, which is a little bit more of intricate knitting because of the pattern. Not completely sure. But what I am also planning to do is, last year I did it as well, is the 24 days sock by, oh my god, I'm blinking on the name. Emma? No. Okay. Put it in here. Editing Sam. Blinking on the name right now. Just thinking about it. So last year I made them as well with my advent. So I'm definitely kicking up my whole advent from last year, and I'll be making those socks with all 24 colors, and then I'll see maybe it gives me an idea as well of how the Daft Days could work up. And yes, I'm gonna definitely make, this is my plan, I'm gonna definitely make 24 day socks pattern with all my advents. Just it takes up like 1 or 2 grams of your advent colors, and you just need a contrasting or like a main color as well. So I think this will be fine. I'll have enough yarn from my advent, and yeah. Yes, so I was rambling all about the 24 day socks, so those ones I'll definitely gonna be knitting. Then maybe small life update, because don't have a lot to tell. Have a couple of deadlines coming up. Had a couple of deadlines. Got the flu for a week with like fever and coughing, and now I am onto a cold. So I'm sneezing and coughing, and well, do not like it, but still, okay, fine. I am reading a lot, trying to exercise, because together with being sick I had horrible back pain. So I have had back pains for the last couple of years, which maybe sounds weird because I'm pretty young, but yes. And it then going to the doctor to make sure like what the flu was and what's wrong with the back pain. So one of the things you have with the flu as well is body aches. So that was one of the things. I had really bad muscle aches in my back. And the thing as well is that my back muscles are not as strong anymore. So I play normally during summer and like warmer months I play canoe polo, and which is like, then at that moment I have back muscles. But it kind of almost stopped at the beginning of October when the new semester started, and I also didn't have a lot of time to go to training, and now training is almost like the training on the water is only have some indoor training, but also I'm here during the week, so only on the weekends, and it's pretty busy with schoolwork, so I don't have a lot of time to train, which means that I need to do some other exercises. But in the beginning of the semester you're like figuring out your schedule, so I didn't do a lot of exercise. So that is one of the things that my back muscles, like, they disappear is like a big word, but like they're not as strong anymore. So now I'm doing exercises every day to get it back or like get my back muscles stronger again to have less pain. Like now it's bearable. It's sometimes like when I'm sitting too long, or it's like the way I'm sitting. So I'm really trying to, if I can, like during a lecture of 2 hours and we have a break after 1 hour, just go for 5 minutes, walk, I don't know, up and down the stairs of the building or something, just to be in motion. But also I just need a little bit more stronger back muscle, so that is one of the things I'm also doing. And for the rest, reading a lot, knitting, working for school, not being happy with the really cold weather, thinking what can I knit to make it less cold or something. So yeah, and now I'm rambling, my hair is full of snot. Yep. I think that's everything. Oh, this is gonna be one to edit. So maybe for the next 2 weeks, I hope to see you in 2 weeks. I don't know. I have not a lot planned. I don't think so. Maybe no, that's not for the next week. So it's gonna be schoolwork, knitting, reading, seeing my family on the weekends. So yeah, it's fine. Sitting in front of the fire, that's one thing that's fine. What's fun during like these cold times, we have the whatever we have, the heating system in our house. We have a fire, and it's very fun. I love like looking at this fire like early in the mornings when I wake up. I put it on. I like put the thing that whatever I'm trying to explain. Not important. We have a fire, so I like sitting there reading, looking at the fire, just being cozy under a blanket or something. So that's like what I want to do these days: reading, knitting, cozying on a blanket. Not really working for school. So I'll try to find the energy. But yeah, whatever. I think I've rambled on enough for today. If you like this, even me rambling on about random stuff, like and subscribe. I hope to see you in 2 weeks. Not sure what is gonna happen. Deadline's being sick. Stuff changes, but I hope to see you next time.